Yo, medium is by far the most used weapon class, and I get asked a ton on what I think the best medium weapon is. And today I'm going to be telling you guys, in my opinion, what it is. To probably do this, we need to classify what medium weapons are actually viable. To do this, I took the best weapons from each category. For sword, there's Shattered, Kier's Blade, Serpents, and Gladius. For spears, it's Kier's Glaive and Rifle Spear. For clubs, it's obviously Sacred Hammer, and for rifles, I'm just going to be taking Rosen since it's used more. Now, first thing I want to do is obviously get rid of rifles from contending. Rifles require you to use a very particular playstyle to effectively use, and to have to play heavy range isn't really a good playstyle to have. The stats themselves are kind of underwhelming too, with average swing speed and very low damage. Now, to tackle the big sword category, I'm going to go one by one. Gladius in this case kind of represents all the fast swinging medium weapons, and as it is now, they're kind of out of the meta for the lack of range and low damage in comparison to other swords. Range is by far one of the most important stats for medium, and especially for swords. Because of this, I'm going to get rid of fast swinging mediums from contending. Not to mention the main gimmick, being the swing speed, isn't a very strong point now as people have adapted to it. Okay, now to move on to Serpents, I'm sure all you know it being super meta like about a month ago. Right now though, Serpents completely fallen out of the meta because of the 0.5 range nerf it got. The 8.5 range being the reason it was so good before. Now, Serpents is a sword with bad swing speed, terrible crit, and average range, with the only strong point being the damage. Because of this, I'm going to get rid of it from contending. Kier's Blade is next, and it's really good. Very good damage, and a little above average swing speed compared to the other swords being ranked. Although Kier's Blade has a weakness being the 7.5 range, which is very tough, although it makes up for it in my opinion, because of the 30% chip damage it gets, which is very unique to only the Kier's Blade. Considering all this, I'm going to move Kier's Blade up. Lastly, for sword, it is Shattered, and as it stands right now, it's just a better Serpents, more swing speed, a better crit, and the same range. It has less damage than Serpents, but it makes up for it because of the 30% pen it has, which hits really hard. Along with the fact that Shatter gets Poser's Ring, I'm going to move it up along with Kier's Blade from swords. Now to spears, I'm going to talk about Rifle Spear first, and in my opinion, it's the better spear. This is mainly because of the Rifle Spear crit, with it being an insane mix-up with really high range. It also has a lot more damage than the Kier's Glaive, so you might be saying no, because the Kier's Glaive has bleed. Well, a weapon having bleed means that the other bleed doesn't stack, so things like Speed Demon don't apply to the Glaive. And because of this, Rifle Spear is doing a lot more damage. Now, Glaive does have a lot more swing speed, but I don't think that outweighs the thing that Rifle Spear has on it. Because of this, I'm removing Glaive from contending and I'm moving Rifle Spear up. And lastly, Sacred, and it's going to be moved up. Alright, all the best mediums have been filtered, and now I'm going to talk about which is the best. And out of all of these, the best medium is the one I didn't talk about, being Sacred. You might be thinking, why? Well, Sacred crit is the reason for this. If you look at Sacred stats, it has average damage, average pen, low swing speed, and average range, but the crit makes up for all of these and more. If you compare it to something like Neve crit, it's just as good, if not better than this, because Sacred crit still applies days compared to the Neve crit. To effectively use it to its max potential though, you need to mix up the crit at good times. If you do, Sacred is by far the best medium weapon, which will let you land a lot of more hits. Do not get me wrong though, all of these medium weapons that moved up are very good to use, and all of them are very viable in the meta right now, but in my opinion, right now, Sacred is by far the best for that reason alone, being the crit. Anyways, I'm sure a lot of you guys aren't going to agree with this, and I have your own opinion, so let me know down below and what you guys think. Make sure to like and subscribe. Peace.
You're weird, bro.
Why'd you come in here hating, bro? What happened?
Zombie.
I've been in here.
You've been in here hating? Okay.
I've been in here, but yeah, I've been hating.